Yo, welcome to the RVA Rap Elite Season 6 Top 20 Rankings discussion. Big things in order. Shout out, first off, this is, I think, the biggest group we've had for a rankings discussion. But what we wanted to do this time was bring our judges together. Myself, also cousin Frank, and then we have our top five GMs from season 6, including our season 6 winning GM. Congrats are in order. 2 years in a row. Illiterate.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Radio B.
Much respect on the back-to-back wins.
Yo, man, it's been a fun ride. I've enjoyed the trash talk, that's for sure.
It's it takes a lot of focus, dedication, tapping in, a little bit of luck, and a lot of fortitude.
I got a question, Radio. Was Henny invited to this? It was the top 5 MCs. Was Henny GMs? Was Henny invited?
No.
Oh.
No. Henny
that's so disrespectful.
Henny did not make the cut.
Okay, well I feel unprepared now. I expected Henny to be here, so
he said how did this man just jump into the thing with automatic flagrant fouls? Like
started shots out off rip.
God Almighty!
I play for keeps, man.
That's how it goes, man.
Amen.
So, one thing that we do know, one thing that we have decided prior to this this discussion is our season 6 MVP. So the number 1 slot in this top 20 has already been decided, and congrats are in order to Bravo. Bravo is our season 6 MVP.
Is he on here or is he watching?
I
Hey, yo,
have we started streaming yet? Cause
can you make sure YouTube is working? It's showing on Facebook, but it's definitely not showing on YouTube.
Yeah, it's not. I don't see the stream on YouTube either.
I see it in a Facebook page.
It just popped up on YouTube.
It just popped up, like literally just popped up. All right, it should be good.
It just popped up on YouTube.
Okay.
It popped up, like literally.
Whoever's got it,
that was me. My bad.
Good.
Who said it just popped up on YouTube? That
Me.
sound like Illa.
Illa did.
What's good? What's good? Arthur Ashe Boulevard, 1210.
Facts. Flag on the moon, 1210. Arthur Ashe Boulevard.
Produced by me.
And the symbol. Crazy.
It's a good day to drop too.
You already know.
Actually, that's not a drop date. That's a blast off date. You know.
Facts.
Yeah.
The symbol.
He was a genius for picking that date, man.
It's called the launch date.
Launch date.
Launch day.
Yeah.
Double entendres. Don't ask me how. All right. So if you've never tuned into one of these things, basically what we will be doing is we will be discussing, ranking, debating, deciding who are our top 20 MCs in order from 1 to 20, usually from 20 on up to 1. We also will be deciding Rookie of the Year, and we will also be deciding Most Improved MC.
Okay.
Eligibility, obviously, for Rookie of the Year means you have not participated in a cipher previous to season 6. Eligibility for Most Improved would be that you did compete in season 5 and you competed in season 6 and showed the most evaluative growth from one season to the next. So we do have some stats.
I was gonna ask, are you gonna is there a way to like are you like gonna pull the stats up at any point?
Yeah, I'm gonna share my. I'm gonna share my screen.
And if maybe like Frank kind of wanted to call out which each stat means or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have the stats up. So if we want to talk about something specific, I'm gonna pull from the deck.
Well, I was just saying,
but I don't know if we're gonna.
I was just saying, like, one of these is like, total points scored. The other one I'm thinking was just like points per episode average.
Cypher average. Yeah. Cypher average.
Cypher average. Okay. Points per Cypher. Okay. Average. And then the other one is total points for the season. And then,
right. And then you got the miscellaneous
stuff
that we like.
What is
consideration?
Like, what is Rift? Yeah, what is Rift?
That was the Richmond International Film Festival.
Okay. And then
that's kind of like bonus point for the Cypher champs, though.
Yeah. And what's the chart that says SDW on it? I think that's
sudden death. That's the sudden death.
Oh,
scores.
sudden death. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Episode average points per Cypher, number of MCs, sudden deaths, FMCs, Cypher champion. Okay. All right. Yeah, it was good. It's a lot of MCs. 91 MCs total.
Yeah.
Is that what that says for the year?
Yeah. We had 91 MCs touch our stage, dog.
What was the highest number before that?
I think this was
none that we calculated.
Huh?
Yeah. This is the highest.
Yeah, prior to this, 80, I think it was like 80.
83 both times, like 83 in season 4 and season 5.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It is to me the most difficult. Well, not the most because I've only been doing this for 2 seasons, but way more difficult than last season. Just because you got the ones that are up top and then the ones that are below that, they're just like so many of a different category.
Yeah. You can see like which episodes, like episode 50, there's like a lot of high scores or like scores that kind of like people showed out, like episode 50, 51. It's like people started picking up towards the end of the season.
And 53 was bananas.
Yep. I'm looking at the points over there. Yeah, 51, 52, and 53. A lot of high scores.
What the hell?
What is that? The Ember Music Hall effect?
No, like there's some weird ass window on my computer.
Well, with 52,
like everybody, yo. What are these niggas talking about? Shots for everybody.
I cannot find it.
With 52, the highs were real high, but the lows were real low.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people just bricked completely, like
Y'all hear that?
Whatever.
Are you playing something? I heard Ant talking. I heard Frederick Douglass talking.
Yep. Oh, that was just talking about how 52 had real high highlights, and people were just forgetting their words otherwise.
Yeah.
Like, it was definitely the most polarizing episode out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Okay. Did y'all hear that music?
No.
Could you hear me talking?
Yeah.
I hear you talking, but I don't hear no music.
Crazy. It was a whole window that was like open, like a phantom window with like lo-fi YouTube, like a lo-fi channel, lo-fi music channel on YouTube playing shit.
Hacking your shit.
That was crazy.
The ghost in your computer. That's what it is.
So I'm having problems being able to share the screen with the statistics on it.
That's crazy.
Because it doesn't show, because when I pull them up, the PDFs, it doesn't show them as windows. Now, when I try to share my entire screen,
Are they in your email? You could just share your web browser and then like pull them up from your.
that might work. You might be on something. Don't let them. Don't even know what, man. You know what? I don't care what they say about you. Wait, 9 million. Is Mike supposed to be here? I don't know.
No. I mean, he can be. He can be staffed.
Oh, yeah, I don't got to be here.
He can be. Yeah.
You are staffed though. You slide.
Yeah.
You staffed. You want to be here. You're perfect.
Yo, look at he's a bunch of
He's really doing that,
yo.
How you get the link?
Send it to GM chat. He's trying to. He's trying to.
He sent the link to all of us.
I did.
Yo, so I'm supposed to be in here? What's going on?
You staffed. You can definitely.
And Sheets ain't here, so we got an extra spell.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean the flyer said and more, so Mike falls into and more.
Yeah, I mean.
Feel me?
I thought Illa was Trig for a minute.
I did too.
Boom. All right, so boom, we can do it this way. What is so damn funny?
Yeah, it's inside jokes, man. It's got to be an inside joke going on right now.
Shit out of ease.
Damn, y'all. This is not really helpful.
Man, I can't see nothing.
Hey, you know what, yo? Why don't you just do the top 20 images that I sent you?
I can see that.
I sent you that a long time ago. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but I thought this was updated or something.
Nah. Ain't no
I mean, you can see this though, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we good with this. Boom. All right. So top 20. Here we are. Frank, you already have a list, right?
Yeah.
And it's always difficult to start when we starting at the bottom.
I mean, I got a list. I could tell you what the bottom one. I got 24 names that could just be in discussion that I have what I would consider at the bottom that are like just outside of what I would call top 20. And if we think we want to talk about those names, we can. So you see my list. So let's just include the number 20 that I have, and then the one below that, and then I got 4 more. So for number 20,
Is this your list right here, or is this just like total points?
His list is in the chat, in the private chat.
Yeah, my list is in the private chat.
Click
what radio is showing. Yeah, what radio is showing is just how we get to what we consider the top 20. That's just what you're supposed to use.
This is statistics.
Yeah, that's statistics. Yeah.
I don't see your list in the chat. Y'all see it?
The private chat on the side.
The stream chat.
Yeah, I mean, I got it up, pause, but I don't see it.
Oh, for real?
You don't see
Let me
where it
send it
says
again.
Maybe you had to.
He might have
it,
needed to get signed in. He won't sign in or something.
I got to
Probably
log in.
No. You good? Stop. Hold on, Nick. I'm about to send it again.
Yeah, it's probably whatever was. You see?
Yeah, you probably didn't see it because you weren't logged on yet.
I can agree with the names on there, but as far as the order,
right. So I mean, that's what we we'll be getting into deciding on the order, but it's always better when we can at least have a concept of who could potentially fit in that top 20. That's why I always try to. It's been one of those days I didn't get to put my own solid top 20 list together myself. So just for everyone to see the criteria, when we're looking at, like, if you're looking at this list here, these 92 MCs and the ones that you see in the top 20 of based on cipher averages and wins, you can pretty much, on the cipher average aspect of it, eliminate those that are only one episode in. Usually even the 2 episode MCs are going to have a hard time making it into this top 20. So the 1 episodes, if they didn't win a championship, you can just eliminate them from what we're looking at here. We do know that we had 7 champions, so they'll be taking up 7 spots within this top 20. Then you have people, then you have got Stick the Scribe in there, 4 episodes. We know he's pretty much good to go. Vintage A, Maggie had 3 episodes. He finds himself in the top 20 of the cipher averages. I think he's going to be one of those people that's going to be probably on the fringe. Key Speech, another 3 episodes. Islam Rap God, 3 episodes. You got Kid Deceptive, 8 episodes. Nux Young, 3 episodes. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do real quick.
Hey, I'm about to send you something to help out radio. I'm sending you, like, it's eliminated all of the episode 1s. It's what we posted on IG already, but it's the top 20 image. Because I feel like just look at that, probably easier to decipher than that list.
Yeah. You sent it already?
Yeah. It should pop up. Yeah, there you go right there.
All right. Cool. Now, here's the thing about this. And then I can toggle to, okay, and this allows me to toggle to total points. Now, the question is, between these 2 lists, does that compile our top 20 MCs? So with them, what I'm saying is, we got Bravo, Wansky, Kello, saying, all our champions, we know they're going in the top 20. Stick the Scribe, good to go. Vintage A, good to go. Because we're going to see them appear in the top 20 on the total points list as well. We see them here, so we know they're going to be top 20. Maggie, does Maggie appear on the total points? Does not. Questionable. Key speech, does not. Questionable. Islam Rap God, I would venture to say is the same scenario. Ayala, really going to be a tough call. Kid Deceptive, we know is definitely. Nux Young, another questionable. Zim Digital, another questionable. King Cam, probably not. Rock Raw, probably not. Blaine Coos, I would say the likelihood is, because when it comes to somebody like Blaine Coos, you get into the intangibles of Sound Clash champion. Definitely a conversation. Pop Burner, 4 episodes. I would say that Pop Burner and he also appears on the top 20 list for total points. So let's see. Pharaoh. Oh shit.
Christ.
Frank, your extras. Who were your extras on your? You want to share who your perspective top 20 list is while I do this, and also who you think falls in the fringe?
Yeah, I would say my extras are like basically if we're trying to figure out who's number 20 is gonna be C Spicy, Chef Token, Blaine Coos, Charnel, and Exit 23.
Well, who's your whole? Just give, because since you have a list prospectively, and then we can just so people can have an idea of what you would view your list to be.
Okay. Going from the bottom up?
Yep.
That's what you're asking me? Okay.
Yep.
From the bottom up is going to be, my list is C Spicy, number 20. Shalicia Sanders, 19. Keziah, 18. 17. Pop Burner, 16. Islam Rap God, 15. Pharaoh, 14. Madam V, 13. Key Speech, 12. Maggie, 11. Vintage A, 10. Stick to Scribe, 9. Kid Deceptive, 8. Will Young, 7. Kello, 6. Trey Authentic, 5. Trey St. Fauntleroy, 4. Real Life, 3. Wansky, 2. And Bravo MVP.
See from your list what's missing. Mine. And has anyone else? I'm pretty much know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Has anyone else established a list of their own?
I have.
You have. Please share. Please share.
All right, I've got 20 C Spicy, 19 Pop Burner, 18 Ayala, 17 Nux Young, 16 Blaine Coos, 15 Madam B, 14 Pharaoh, 13 Islam Rap God, 12 Keith Speech, 11 Kid Deceptive, 10 Maggie, 9 Stick the Scribe, 8 Vintage A, 7 Will Young, 6 Trey Authentic, 5 Callow Soul, 4 Trey St. Fauntleroy, 3 Real Life, 2 Wansky, Bravo MVP.
All right. So your number 20 was C Spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the same 20.
All right. So
But he got a few people he added in there that we got to talk about now.
Okay.
We need to talk about Nux Young. Who's the other one that you had that one on my list? And
Was it Ayala? Did you have Ayala?
no, I have Ayala. It might be just Nux Young actually.
I think it is.
But I also want to talk about Blaine Coos because that's a good one that we need to talk about.
Yeah,
So
okay. So that's one. That's the second one that I have. You have Celicia Sanders, and I don't have her.
Got you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I got Chef. So I would say if we got off of me and Ant's list, and then one more that I have on my Chef Toke, C Spicy, Chef Token, Blaine Coos, and Nux Young should be a conversation in regards to who we feel is number 20. Is my thought.
Yeah, I like you, Frank, had a real hard time between C Spicy and Chef Token.
Yeah.
Ended up choosing C Spicy.
Yeah.
What's the difference in their in the point spread between them two? Okay, I see it.
Between Spicy.
What about the average per episode?
All right.
So Spicy.
And then I would also look at Chef Token's battling as well.
That's why
I would personally put Chef Token above C Spicy on my list.
I didn't even think about that. So yeah, we're talking battling included in this. Like I didn't really think that was that much of a weight on it.
Yes. So here's the thing. So just to be clear, only Southpaw wins can factor in.
Only wins factor. Okay.
Only wins. Which he does have a win.
He does have a win, but I'm gonna say because his average points is 2 points below Spicy from a Rapidly standpoint, and Spicy was a part of 6 episodes over his 5. I just don't think his win trumps over Spicy to me.
I'm gonna have to agree. Like, it just feels more appropriate giving it to him than having to factor in Southpaw stats. Like when we're looking at this list of people, I think C Spicy edges him out.
Yeah, because for me, if it was a tie, like if they both had the same average per points, maybe, and they were close, but Spicy got to beat both in total points.
Well, can I ask this question
Spicy got to beat in total points, and
if you look at it this way, the last episode where they both competed, C Spicy got a better score than he did.
Okay, yeah, because Chef Token had the chokes too. All right, because I was gonna ask, like when it comes down to something like this, like if it's close, I'll just ask myself, like, all right, well, who do I think is the better MC, right? But I guess if there is a wider point spread to factor in, then yeah. But if I'm just going like basing it off of emceeing and writing, I would probably edge Chef Token But like I said, there's also the performance and pulling it together and all of that.
I would
we
agree.
never do that based on overall ability. It has to be based on performances.
Because then it becomes preference.
Exactly.
Because we're looking at the score.
Because from that standpoint, I would agree with Nick too. But yeah, if you look at if you're doing it by the stats and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I probably
and like I said,
because that would take us outside the season. Also.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, the only reason I say that is if it's like really cutting hairs, you know, like this really isn't necessarily cutting hairs when you're looking at the stats. So
yeah, like I think that Chef Token's style overall translates better, but when we look at the scores, the average for C Spicy is higher. C Spicy's highest score is 2.5 points higher than Chef Token's, and Chef Token's lowest score is 3 points lower than C Spicy's.
So he has a lower low and a lower high as well.
And he had let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'll just say, like, I thought his battling was really, I thought his battling was really impressive. I'll just throw that out there. Like,
100%.
It was cool to watch Chef Token jump into the ring and, you know, really kind of like come into his own with that.
100%.
Chef Token is definitely good to watch.
Yeah,
especially when he's on it.
Hey yo, hold on. Which one of them cats pulled out the phone? Who pulled out the phone on stage?
Not this season. That don't count.
Oh man, I always remember that, man. That always, it's like
who
one
was
of those
that? Who did that? Which one of them?
It was him. It was him, but that was a couple seasons ago. I ain't worried about that.
Yeah, that wasn't this season, but we also, I feel like we going way too far into Southpaw. This ain't Southpaw.
That's the way I was thinking too. That's why I chose Spicy.
Yeah, the Southpaw aspect of it is a you know, it's a
tiebreaker.
Yeah, like it's a differentiator. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a weighted situation. You know what I'm saying? So we want to, if there's a clear distinction between them in the Rap Elite stats, then we can't allow that to close the gap.
So is this discussion between which one of them is in the top 20 or which is going to be 20 and 19?
Because this is looking at who between
who's
them
in it. Yeah, I think we would have to go see Spicy.
The top 20. I mean, taking that
Agreed
20 spot. So with that being said, is there anyone else outside of Chef Token that's close?
To me, I think we got to talk Blaine, Coos, and Nux, because Blaine is our sound class champion. You know, how many wins does Blaine have? 3, I think.
I think it might be. So he had.
I think he has 3.
Kello, he beat Illiterate.
Oh, you might. Yeah, he has 3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, and Kazaya. Yeah.
So I mean, there's some weight to that, but I will say that he didn't really perform on the Cypher stage. So again, we got to always make sure that performing on the Cypher stage still holds a little more weight. He had 3 episodes that he was on the stage, and then his average was 24.7.
Right.
So his average is better than Spicy's, right? His average is better than Spicy, and he's our sound class champion.
Yeah, if I'm looking at
really good,
if it's between them, because I mean, it could be that Blaine Coos could go higher than number 20.
It could, that's true, but it would not. But it would kind of probably knock Spicy out, is what I'm saying.
Well, if we're talking about between Spicy and Blaine Coos for number 20, then I would lean Blaine Coos.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm surprised that Blaine Coos would be that low on the list, to be honest with you, but
yeah, it just depends upon, and I think that's, you know, there's a conversation about, you know, we haven't really discussed the weight of Sound Clash in this conversation but but I think Sound Clash does have to hold a higher weight than Southpaw because it is rapidly. However, this is more so based upon the cipher.
My tiebreaker between the two of them, as you said, because it's on the Rap Elite stage, was Sound Clash. That's why I was able to choose Blaine Coos over Nux Young. Like,
gotcha. So your 20 spot did not have to do with Blaine. So your 20 spot was C Spicy, but you have Nux Young and Blaine Coos above C Spicy.
Yes.
So, and you just didn't have Chef Token.
Right. Chef Token was my honorable mention pretty much because
we had the same honorable mention.
How to incorporate all of his stuff into it.
All right, bet. So let's all have this discussion, and I think the question is, all right. So Frank, if you have your list typed out, can you drop that in that chat too, just so I can?
You talking about Ant?
Yeah, Ant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You know, it's always the starting the list is always kind of like
that's the toughest part.
The hardest part. Yeah.
It's the hardest part because you just want to make sure that you're not leaving anyone out of that.
Yeah.
That the end part of it. You know what I mean? The people that.
But there's a whole reshuffling that has to happen.
Right. Once we get into it, it's more fun than this part. This part is more like, all right. So right now, damn it, F.
Yo, I'm sorry, yo. My stomach is this. The gas is crazy. I don't know what's going on.
All right, C Spicy number 20. Are we have any debates about that? Does anybody see anyone else that's not that's
so so does that mean Pop Burner's not in? Because I think that is criminal.
Frank has Pop Burner at 16. So
okay.
Higher
for me. I'm just looking at these standings right here, and I'm just like, Pop Burner not being in the top 20 is criminal. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure he's.
We just ain't got to him yet.
Are just based on the ones that I have up right now. I mean, Pop Burner shows up in the top 20 of both of these standings.
Okay, cool.
So he's a given.
Okay, yeah. So that's interesting. So C Spicy isn't on the top 20 when it comes to points per cipher, but just overall points and like cipher episodes.
Right.
Okay. Consistency pays off, man.
Yeah.
Gotta be there.
Yeah. Show up, man.
So
and shout out to him.
I guess okay. So for me, the question is, does he?
I switched a couple things around, but my list is right there.
Nah, you can't be switching shit around, man.
Too late.
Just...
All right, so C Spicy at number 20. Any objections?
Nah.
I ain't got no objection unless somebody else does.
And you know how this goes. So for now, C Spicy at number 20. So if we're looking at Ant's list, he's got Ayla at 19. Frank's got Shalicia Sanders at 19.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna defer.
Well, see, I kind of had a problem with that too. I wanted to know your reasoning. Why do you have Shalicia lower than Keziah?
Because Keziah was not too far behind her from an average standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, Keziah was like in the sound class. You know what I'm saying? She was active in the sound class.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she made it. You know what I'm saying? She participated in that side of it to be in that tournament to get to flag. So I just edged her. It was an edge. That to me was the edge. What if I'm going off of why you kind of like why would you do that is because Shalicia's stats alone are better than Keziah's. But when I'm thinking about an impact on the platform in that way, I just feel like Keziah had a little bit more. I mean, you know, and like, you know, Sound Clash has a different aspect of bringing people out, number one, as your crowd, and then also being able to win over a crowd. And I just think in addition to her being on that stage, and they have the same episodes, you know what I'm saying, participated. So it's not like that's different either. So I just think she gave it a little bit more.
Well, you used a word that we haven't highlighted yet, which I usually do, you know, when we're talking about this, is impact.
Okay. So, but I kind of want to push on that a little bit though, because I do agree that I'm really grateful for the energy and the impact that Keziah has had on the platform since she's come. She's like jumped right in and was very active and consistent. I also feel that like on the stage in Cypher rapping, I think Shalicia is a better MC and gets better reaction from the crowd and captivates the crowd a bit more in terms of straight up rapping. Granted, she didn't do the sound clashes and the extra songs, but I just think when it comes to just like rapping, you know, and I guess I'm kind of, I might do this a little bit, right? Like where it's just kind of like the stats can kind of say one thing, but then it's kind of like I'm still kind of weighing like just emceeing and just rapping in general.
The only thing about when we talk about emceeing though, between the two, if I had to go verse for verse, I would say lyrically, Keziah does a bit more, but I think Shalicia says more, and she says it in a way that you can hear. Where I feel Keziah struggled a lot of the season with being heard, but I think she got more of her verses off clean. So I think that's probably where the difference between where the closeness in Cypher
it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So from a stat standpoint, Nick, you got Shalicia is 22.2 average, right? Keziah is 21.1. So when you look at it like that, it's like, okay, Shalicia was rapping, let's just call it better from an average, right? But the crazy thing is, Keziah's lowest scores are 18 and 19.5, right? And then Shalicia's is 16.5 and 18.
It means she choked.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking at it holistically, it's so close. It's so close. I just give her the edge off the sound clash. That's where it comes from for me.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I think looking at the stats, I do think it's close. I think just in terms of like just listening from the crowd, though, I don't think it's as close, and I think it leans more towards Shalicia. Yeah, I definitely want to open it up to the rest of the group too.
And once again, when you look at the episodes where they both competed and on the same night, Shalicia has done better in more of those episodes.
Good point.
Especially the last episode where she did 8 points better than
Just let me ask this. Like, Shalicia has like legit haymakers. She's had them. You feel what I'm saying? Like I can't recall any like real haymakers from Keziah that kind of like floored the crowd.
If I had to choose between the two,
just rapping,
I would definitely choose Shalicia Sanders because when she got her shit off, she left way more of an impact on me. Like, yeah, Keziah did her thing in Sound Clash, but we're really focusing on the cipher here. And yeah, Shalicia choked a couple times, but that don't matter. When she's on, she kills it. Like,
and you know, hey, let me ask a question for this then, because this is where we start getting to pushing cats out of 20. Would y'all agree that
we already having this convo?
Nux Young, all right, hold on. Is Nux Young and or Blaine Coos above Shalicia and Keziah?
I would say.
Let me look at Nux Young here.
I would say for
I would say Blaine Coos would have to be because he won.
Okay.
Yeah, Blaine Coos definitely. Anything that we talk about, Blaine Coos is definitely in top 20.
Wow. Okay, so hey, look, so if you say
Nux Young, he got 3 episodes. One was a 27 though. I don't think neither one of them ever scored that high. The other was a 25, and then the other was a 23. He averaged 25.
What's his total points?
But his total points.
Like 73, something like that.
Something like that.
But with those scores, I feel like
75.
Yeah, with those scores, I feel like we'd be discounting how good he actually performed this season by looking over at his total. Like, yeah, we wish he would have been there more, but he came with it and fully got his shit off every time he was on that stage.
So he was only in 3 episodes total?
Yeah.
And how many was Shalicia?
Both of them.
Both of them were in 3?
6.
I'm
6.
I'm only saying that is because I think Spicy is getting knocked out of 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
That's why I'm asking it the way that I'm asking because
Shalicia has a higher average than Spicy.
Right.
Yeah.
My point too, but yeah, you're correct. Like, I don't think that putting Keziah above Spicy is the right thing to do, but
I don't know.
That might be a question that might be something we have to talk about.
That's a conversation.
Because I was thinking that was the conversation at the beginning.
This is my opinion. Like, I personally would have C Spicy over Keziah, but Shalicia might make that conversation not even plausible.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shalicia. Well, I get the question is it's still between them two, right? So, there's if there's a conversation between Shalicia and Keziah,
it's Shalicia.
I would think the question is more between Keziah and C Spicy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the conversation.
To me, that's the conversation.
That's the conversation.
So then
and I don't know where to lean on that. So I'm thinking about that one. What's the numbers saying on that?
So the average is Spicy 22, Keziah 21.3. I mean, that's razor thin. That's not even a full point.
But I also
total
thing that I'm taking into consideration is
21.1.
How memorable they are on stage to me.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, but before we get into that real quick, what's the total points on both of them?
Total points for C Spicy is 132. And for Keziah, it is. Where you at, Keziah? 132 versus.
She below Spicy.
I can't find her name.
Can't find her either.
Hold on. Oh yeah, there you go. So 132 versus 126. So nah, she lower than Spice.
That's why I chose Spicy over her.
Yeah, that's crazy. I would have thought Keziah would be in the top 20.
And how many episodes have each of them been in? What's the difference in episodes?
Same.
Same.
So but
are we
she's
also
saying,
had
so
the
the question is, are we saying Nux Young though is definitely above both of them?
Yeah, I think we are.
Okay.
Yeah. I say leave Spicy.
I think the reason we can say that because there's another name that we got to talk about to figure it out, but because he's a 26.8, he only has 2 episodes. You know, I'm already counting like the people in my head, right? So there's Ayala, there's Nux Young, and then there's the people we've already been talking about. There's Ayala, Nux Young, Blaine Coos, who I think Blaine is already in. Blaine is in. Ayala and Nux Young are the conversations that will knock out Spicy, Shalicia, and or Keziah is what's gonna happen.
Right. So we have to determine whether or not. Okay, so I think we've all agreed Nux Young has done enough with 3 episodes at 25 average to make it to the top 20.
I would agree.
That what everybody saying?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So the question is, with Ayala only having 2 episodes,
is it enough?
Where do they sit on total points?
Total points, like 50
to 75. It's kind of like big in numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just looking at the numbers and close like that.
26.8. He's only had 2 episodes.
Again, higher, and higher low.
And that lowers your impact too. Like the number of episodes.
You know what, yo? I would take out Ayala.
Yeah, I can't see.
It's only 2 episodes, bro.
Yeah, them 2 episodes, I can't give you that. You know what I'm saying?
It's 2 episodes. If he would have gave me 228s, he gave me 128.
And it's like that's episode 52. Like everybody went crazy that episode too. So
yeah,
that is true.
Yeah, I think we got to take Ayala out. So to me, we're talking.
I think that either bumps Spicy or Keziah.
Yeah, I think that allows Spicy and Keziah and Shalicia to all be in the top 20.
Nah, it doesn't.
I think one of them has to drop.
For me, it was
Nux Young space.
Yeah, for me, it would just mean.
I'm telling you, it's only going to be one of the 3 that's going to be in the top 20.
Now,
it's between Spicy, Shalicia.
Now let's ask this question though. Like, so let's bring the impact question up real quick. So, like, can we say Nux Young had like more of an impact on the platform than C Spicy or Keziah or Shalicia? I don't think you can say that.
No.
When it comes to impact, and just like, because you got to think like one other intangible about C Spicy is just kind of like the way he interacts with the other MCs. The storylines that get created, the beats on stage.
Whoa! We cannot also forget early in the season they completed their 5-episode run on the 5-on-5s.
Okay, yeah,
that was this season.
Yes.
Yeah,
it was from last season running into this season.
Yeah, I would think. You know, that might bump Nux Young. I don't know.
Nux Young
I rock with him, but
yeah,
I think he's a better MC. But when we're like, for one, C Spicy has more points overall. He has a lower impact, or not. He has a lower points per cipher, right? But he's been in twice as many episodes. There's multiple storylines surrounding the guy. The beef with Islam Rap God, Muslima, like all of that's a battles. Like clear, like C Spicy definitely is in. Like And I would probably say Nux Young, as good as he is, has had much less of an impact on the platform.
I would agree, yo.
I gotta agree with you there.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think that our 20, because I'm paying attention to how many people are left and who will push who out, right? So basically what we're trying to figure out is what is 20, 19, and 18 between Keziah, Shalicia, and C Spicy.
20 Keziah, 19.
Yep.
I have one more thing to confirm real quick. But
yeah.
That may
and then one other thing to consider is that like that impact argument might need to be had between C Spicy and Shalicia, because when you look at it from that aspect, I would bump C Spicy above Shalicia. Like if we're looking at it like wrestling, right? Like he creates interesting storylines. He might not win every match, but you're gonna want to watch those matches. You know, you're gonna tune in for those. You're gonna enjoy the story. So, like I say, he's had a great impact on the league and the morale of people, and keeping shit spicy. Like he's living up to his name. Like he's definitely kept it spicy all season.
Every time he hits that stage, I'm like right there. I'm locked into him.
Yeah, yo, it's crazy how my argument just went from like maybe he goes out of it to now like advocating for him to be in it. But
he went. Yeah, he's like at the top of the bottom heap now.
Hey, I got it. Hey, look, if I had to change I know we're doing this a little different than we did last year, but it's because we're talking about a group of people. If I had to redo it off of what we're all talking about, 18 would be C Spicy, 19 would be Shalicia, and 20 would be Keziah. Is what I'm hearing.
All right to me.
Is what I'm hearing as a collective. What it sounds like.
Because one thing that's happening here is we're like figuring out how much each thing weighs into this. Mm-hmm. So I feel like lists are definitely going to change over the course of the conversation.
Because the thing about the intangible aspects are that we individually, that's why we come together and have these conversations, because we can individually view these things a little bit differently, and that's why we bring them to the table. If we were just, obviously we could come up with, what the numbers say and let the numbers completely dictate it, but that wouldn't tell a fair story of what all is going on throughout
the season, like what the season consisted of.
Right. So I think that's what makes this conversation super important, and I like when this happens. I like when the shit shakes up, because remember when this happened? Because it's not all black and white.
According to C Spicy and Islam Rap God, it is.
I had to check back to make sure that battle didn't happen this year. It didn't. It happened November of last year.
You wild for that putting nigga and honky together.
Nonky.
That's a wild choice.
That's what the people want. That's what the people wanted. Like they were a space apart in last year's top 20. So
yeah. All right. So look, just so we can keep this moving, we 58 minutes in. Let's keep going. What we agreed that 18 is C Spicy, 19 is Shalicia, and for now, 20 is Keziah. Are we good with that?
Yep.
All right. All right.
And so all right. Okay, wait. So also, Islam Rap God.
He's up higher for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how Islam Rap God is not in the top 20.
He's absolutely in the top 20. He is in the top 15 for me.
Okay.
And it looks like he is for you too, Frank.
Yeah, and I mean, because even if we're looking at Nux Young, he's better than Nux Young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
he
then-
only did 3 episodes, but his lowest is above a 25.
Yeah.
And he just has so much impact. Like his impact is the same as C Spicy's.
Yeah,
You know,
he makes you pay attention to him. Yeah,
And
that's
he
no-
has and he
that.
has the exact average as a Yella who we took out, which would make sense. And here's why. If you have the average the same or higher than somebody who only was there twice, then you know what I'm saying, it gives you a little bit of a bump because it's harder to keep a high average if you keep you know what I'm saying. The more episodes you go in, it shows a consistency with Islam. So I definitely think Islam is up there. He has a good average on that one. If I had to say who I would put at 17 because of where I think I'm gonna put Blaine Coos, I'm gonna say Pop Burner is 17. So for me, if I had to have a conversation, it's between Islam Rap God and Pop Burner for 17 and 16. For me, that's the argument.
Tough for me, right? Because for me, I'm going is me just leaning between like preference and impact. Not looking at the points. I haven't really like looked at the points between the two of them, but preference, I would probably lean Pop Burner. But impact, I might have to lean Islam Rap God.
I had 2 people.
I'm not sure.
So wait, where do y'all have Blaine Coos?
I'm pushing Blaine Coos just because I'm looking at my own list, but I'm pushing Blaine Coos gotta be somewhere under Stick, Vintage, Maggie, and Key Speech. So basically, the people that he's above on my list is Madam V, Pharaoh, Islam Rap God, and Pop Burner. That's who Blaine Coos will be above.
See, like if you're asking me,
that's where it's gonna be. I think that's a.
I put Pop Burner above all of them. That's me.
I'm with you, Nick. I definitely put Pop Burner above Blaine Coos. Not necessarily all of them, but he's definitely above.
He ain't right. We can't do Blaine like that. Blaine had a 24.5. I mean, no, hold on. Blaine had a
23 or 25.
24.7. He had a 20, but he had an average of
20. He got a higher average than him.
He got a higher average than Burner, and he's our SoundCloud.
But look at this though. That the one, but look at these issues though. Episode 49, Pop Burner he must have like choked or something because he had the 18.5. But every single other episode they're in together, Pop Burner scores higher than him. Episode 53, 4 points higher. The first episode 46.
There's only 2 episodes where they're together though.
Well,
are we factoring in any no-shows?
46, 47.
No, there's 49 and 53.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at. Okay, yeah. So 46, 47, and 53.
Are we factoring in any no-shows or anything?
No.
Oh no, I'm looking at Rock Raw's points. My bad. Forgive me, you guys. Forgive me.
I mean, did Pop Burner no-show?
Forgive him, my G.
Yeah, he
Pop Burner no-shows.
I think anybody that has any consistent no-shows ain't gonna show up in this conversation.
Well, that's true too.
Pop Burner no-show for me, son. I was pissed.
Oh, see, there you go. Hey, Illa hurt, yo.
This is why we have the GMs in the conversation, though.
Yeah.
That's why we have the GMs in the conversation.
That's good to know. You gotta wait it in. But all right, and this is something I can't do, but like one thing, like if I'm looking at it, like if I'm looking at Blaine Coos has 3 episodes, right? And then Pop Burner has 4. You take out the one where he choked, all the 3 that he got off, his average would be higher. But like I said, we have that choke to factor in as well.
Yeah, but that's a part of the game, though. You choke, you know what I'm saying? It's still a game you playing.
It
is
true.
You know, it's what you did.
That argument is me leaning into just like rapping.
And the conversation about the no-show is that's a very small differentiator, especially when it's this tight. And then you got Blaine Coos being Sound Class champion. He's going.
I would have to put Pop Burner at 17 then.
Yeah, Pop Burner 17, and then Blaine Coos 16.
Mm-hmm.
So is Blaine Cruz not? So Blaine Cruz not ahead of he not ahead of Islam?
No.
Nah.
No.
Islam rap gods.
His average is way
his
higher.
average is way higher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
His average.
Like I said.
All right. So
yeah.
look. Here's what we gonna do. We gonna lock in Pop Burner at 17 and Blaine Cruz at 16.
Okay, we good with that for now.
You know how this
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. For now. All right.
I've seen people come up.
This is what I want to say real quick. Is I don't know if Pop Burner is watching. Dog, we can have you rap at more of these joints. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we can give you higher on that list. Like, because I think he's really talented, yo, and he has a lot that he can offer. You know, in terms of just as an example, rapping. You know what I'm saying? So, throwing that out there.
Most
definitely. Oh, that's no doubt. That's definitely no doubt.
Yeah.
So like, all right. So like, I guess if we looking at me and Ant's list, and you revising your list to match what we like agreeing on your end.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's your 13, 14, and 15?
The 13, 14, and 15 are the ones that I have in the chat. I'm gonna stand by that.
You standing by that 13, 14. Now his crazy. I got mine in a different order, I think, but I have Madam V, Pharaoh, and Islam. So we're both me and you on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have Islam at 13, Pharaoh.
I have Islam, Pharaoh, Madam V.
I have Madam V, Pharaoh, Islam.
I gave Islam the edge because he
y'all counting down or up?
Down. So look, so here you go, Nick. My 13 is Madam V. My 14 is Pharaoh. My 15 is Islam Rap God.
And mine is the reverse of that.
His is the exact reverse of that.
Okay. So I think I'm leaning towards Ant's perspective on it, but I would like to look at the numbers between Madam V and Islam.
All right, so Madam V has
Islam's average is way higher.
It's 26.5. She has a 24. The reason why I put her and Pharaoh above him,
Madam has double the ciphers participated.
Yeah, it was that's kind of where I just fell into that. It just feels like, again, from an impact side of the platform, like this year, Madam V was definitely a face.
Mm-hmm.
And she definitely came with it as one of these years that I just felt like it was a good year for her.
Yeah, it was a veteran year for her. I mean, especially with her, this is her, her last year, at least for a period of time.
And I also thought somebody like a Pharaoh who is, his team is winning a 5-on-5. He's been there 6 times. He had a kind of a breakout where it seemed like he finally caught his, caught his flow. Yes. So for Islam to come in at the end of the year, and he did his thing, but I just feel like those two just gave the platform a little bit more in totality.
That's a compelling argument.
I have a great argument on behalf of Islam Rap God.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Our MVP came in the last 3 episodes and got MVP.
But he did that winning 2 episodes.
Yeah, the win is huge.
The wins. See, the thing is,
and the battles, and the battles.
Yeah, and the battle over Trey Authentic.
Yeah,
which was our season 5 MVP. So though that
is a good point, but I think Rob still clearly did more than Islam.
But all 3 of them, everybody, like the top 3 are respectively all higher than 13, 14, and 15. So we can look at it in a respective thing. Like Islam came in at the end of the season and just smashed it pretty much.
He did.
And while the other ones do have impact, they just didn't have
that type of impact,
that punch that he did.
Well, the one thing I don't want to discredit though is Pharaoh's 5-on-5 wins.
Yeah, Pharaoh is absolute.
That was impactful as well.
Pharaoh's in the middle because of his 5-on-5 performances. but him not doing as well, him not having the average that Islam Rap God has.
Yeah.
So I would give Pharaoh the nudge on Madam, which they have the same exact average and just in the same amount of ciphers participated.
But Pharaoh is 5-on-5. That's what edges him above Madam B a little bit. So the question is, does Islam fall above them or below them? Above, just because of the average and his
as a rapper. Yes, I would say as a rapper, and just like impact and clarity and presence, commanding the stage. As a rapper, if we are just talking rap and niggas are just outside on a corner in a barbershop, whatever, Islam Rap God walks out of the barbershop the champion in terms of just rapping.
Facts.
But you know, we're looking at the platform and consistency and all of that as well. But I'm always going to just lean towards just the better rapper.
That's where I'm going right now.
And that is a much higher point per cipher. Like that just shows that there's a gap in terms of just like certain attributes. There's a clear gap.
And I feel like we would be doing him a disservice, doing his performance a disservice if we were to bring him below them.
And my thing is, I'm cool with that because we still talking about the same three. They still in the top 20. So if the majority is saying it's Islam, I'm cool with that. So basically,
I'm
what it would be,
I'm gonna ride with them on that one.
What it would be is Islam Rap God 13, Pharaoh 14, Madam V 15.
Yeah. What was that you said, Ella? I was reading. I didn't hear what you said.
He said
I said I'm gonna ride with you. I'm gonna ride with you on the hand on that joint.
I'm cool with that. I can roll with that. So that will put Frank. Are you staunchly against this?
No, I'm not. I mean, I have my own feeling, but I'm saying this is a panel discussion, and I mean Nick and Ant are speaking more on Islam, so we got to go off of the majority. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like we kicking Madam V, or it's not like we kicking nobody out of the top 20. So
yeah,
we're not about to pull hairs on it. You know what I'm saying?
So just to recap, who was 16, 17, and 18?
16, 17, and 18 is Blaine Coos, Pop Burner, and C Spicy.
So then we'll put.
I think we get a.
We'll put Madam at 15.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Pharaoh
at 14.
14.
Islam at 13.
Islam at 13.
Yeah.
Okay. We are approaching the top 10.
Yeah.
You know, it's like always dun 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 when we get there.
For me, it's kind of easy.
Yeah, at 11 and 12.
It's Key Speech at 12 and it's Maggie at 11.
I think I'm with you on that, Frank.
Yeah,
I see Ant's list and he has Kid Deceptive at 11. But I would put Kid Deceptive in the 10th spot.
I'm gonna agree with y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and switch on that one because Kid Deceptive's impact was heavy.
Yeah, and just like that, he was an Iron Man this season, like every episode.
And I had to think about
and the Sound Clash stuff.
Sound Clash. Mm-hmm. And just he put in a lot of work. Like his writing has shifted and improved over the season, especially these last few episodes. He's really up there. You can look at the scores. You know, like he's doing his thing. I mean, to be honest, his scores are pretty consistent too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. All right, so
his draft position also has been like consistently high too.
That's all. That's an.
I didn't even look at that. That's a good point to bring up.
Yeah, that hasn't come up.
When I made my list,
we haven't talked about. That's a stat that should be. Is that in there somewhere? Draft team wins. Is that listed, Frank? somewhere?
Nah, I mean we can talk about it if we pulling hairs.
Well, Kid Deceptive was on my team past 2 times, and each one of those drafts, I had him either first round, either bottom of the first round or top of the second. Like, and people just, I guess people were just like fronting on him or something. And I was just like, yo, there's no reason that I should be picking him this late. Like, he was somebody that I could always rely on.
Yeah, nah, that's like that Tony Parker player. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna show up, yo, he's gonna do his thing. You know what I mean? Reliable.
Yeah, I'd say he's definitely number 10. And in my head, like, of course I was wrong about this when I was thinking about Rookie of the Year. He often popped up in my head because he's just like ever present, and when he shows up, he really dedicates his whole soul to it. So I'm like, okay, I wish that I could give him Rookie of the Year because he's really gunning for it. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I think that's a no-brainer on Rookie of the Year. So
absolutely.
Yeah,
not even close.
Facts.
We know.
Nah, I ain't saying I ain't saying it's him.
No, it's not him.
It's not him.
Yeah, no, we know it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's Trace and Fauntleroy.
Yeah, we ain't get that hype on the list yet.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
he's the only rookie to really smash shit like he did.
So we're saying like counting down is Kid Deceptive, Maggie, Key Speech.
Yes.
Yeah.
Islam Raga. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounded right.
All right. So really,
I would have liked to see more
really
episodes from Maggie.
now,
He's fine.
I was just thinking the same exact thing, yo.
Yeah,
like if Maggie came through more.
Yeah, they could have been an interesting conversation with him.
Yeah, he just got missing all of a sudden.
Yeah.
All right, so look, this is real easy for what we about to do next because we know that the top 7 got to be the Cypher champs, right? So 8 and 9, I believe that me and Ant probably have in some order Stick, Describe, and Vintage.
This is a crazy conversation right here. Oh,
I really like 8 and 9. There's Vintage and Stick, Describe. The only reason I have Vintage above Stick, Describe, and I knew we were gonna have a conversation about this, so I didn't really think about what order. Only reason I have Vintage at 8 and Stick at 9 is because Vintage is Vintage.
And I got Stick above him because Stick was going off in the 5-on-5. He was always the main dude. Like, I mean, Cats was going off, but he was that boy. He was snapping.
Y'all had people wilding consistently.
Yeah.
Y'all only have Will Young above them too because he won a joint.
Correct.
Yeah, I was about to say because I don't know that Will Young would go above them, even though he has the win.
That's a good point.
I don't know that he doesn't have the impact on the platform at all.
Hey, I'm not mad at this.
It have to be a free pass because just like in MVP conversations, you could have one win more than another MC, and it's
that was
about MVP.
Yeah, it's just like what are his total points? You feel what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I wouldn't even know. Like, to be honest, I don't even want to like do it like that. But like,
if we're
I don't know that he go over the list on anybody that's on the list. I'm just being honest. We got one episode. Like, I don't see him over Kid Deceptive, Maggie, Stick, Describe, Islam, Pharaoh. Like, I don't see it. It's one episode. Shout out to my man. I love you, Will. For real. Like, dog, I wish you would come here more and like show niggas like what the fuck is up. You feel me? But like, I don't even know that I could justify putting you in the top 20 because you only showed up once. You did the thing.
You gotta be in the top 20 to win. If you win, you gotta be in the top 20 with a win.
You got to be 20 then.
I mean, hey, you know what I have a problem with?
Because I can't say he had more of an impact than C Spicy.
Nah, yo. Hey, listen, yo. When Jordan scored 63 points, he still lost, bro. That joint ain't do nothing to get him to the next round, bro. It's about like I can't. These wins hold a lot. Like you got to come
Wins
in
are
win.
not, because wins are so difficult to get. You got to think about how many people are on this top 20 list that have been on the top 20 list the last however
and never got a win.
and never got a win.
Yeah. So listen, that like I said, they could buy you a spot into the top 20, but I don't know that gives you a spot into the top 7 or top 10.
That's fair. That's fair.
But maybe we just need to adjust the list a bit.
The question is,
where does he go?
Here's the question.
Hey Nick, I think you just went. My bad. Go ahead, radio.
Of these people that we're gonna start, comparing him against, how many of them were there when he won?
Okay. Well, let's. We have that episode. That's for that.
Hold on. I got it.
46.
I got it. Hold
on. Stick the Scribe was not there.
Stick the Scribe was not there. Vintage was not there. Maggie was not there.
Not there.
Islam was not there.
Speech was there.
And so hold on. So him and Trey Authentic got the same. So what he won in?
I'm only
sudden death.
Listen.
Yeah, he won a sudden death.
Yo, but we can't go too far with this. Maggie has never been in a sudden death. Neither has Kid Deceptive. Both Stick the Scribe and Vintage were in 2. The only people who can go above Will Young is them 2. We not putting none of these other dudes above no Will Young who won a cipher, yo.
You said Stick the Scribe and who else?
Huh?
Stick the Scribe and who else?
And Vintage.
Stick the Scribe and Vintage have been in 2 sudden deaths. So I would say they've had 2 chances to win.
Yeah.
They've been more in more episodes. Yeah. But Kid Deceptive ain't never been in a sudden death, and Maggie was not in a sudden death.
I would put
Will Young beat Trey Authentic.
I would put Will at 9.
Beat Trey Authentic, Real Life, and Trey St. Fauntleroy and Wansky in one episode.
Can I interject real fast?
I would still put Will at 9.
Yes,
that's a good point.
Yes.
All them niggas that was
everybody in the list above him. He beat
everybody.
Everybody on that list
to come and get a hoodie, dog.
Except for Kello and Bravo.
All right, Will Young should go at 10 because by winning he did get a spot in the top 10. But
this is gonna be a fight.
Y'all wow, yo. Y'all wow.
I feel all sides and I feel the tension. So let's get to it. Let's talk about
Will should be 10.
I will put him at 9.
Because I don't feel right putting Vintage and Stick below him.
I agree with that though. I don't feel right doing that. That don't feel right. Pause.
I will put him at 9.
Yeah, 9. Y'all
9.
And who?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
but hey, listen, I'm good for the majority. If 3 of y'all is really trying to say Will is at 9, I'm gonna go with it. But I think that's wild.
All right, hold on.
You got to think about it though, because we impact, like in presence.
Yeah, no, you're right. See,
and what did he score when he won? 29.
Yeah, that's high shit.
Hold on.
Hold
on.
Stick the Scribe had a 29.
Vintage got 29. Vintage got 229.
Yeah.
Stick the Scribe had a 29.5.
I got 29 and a 20. Yeah. We gotta drop him down, yo.
Yeah, they going.
Yeah, you're right.
He going above.
And Maggie hasn't broke the 29 barrier, so that makes sense.
That's what my argument was. Putting
Maggie
him
never
over
got a 20. Maggie never got above a 28.5.
Yeah.
We're not putting nobody who didn't get to a sudden death above Will Young, yo.
Yeah, and like I said, Will beat all those other people. And that's crazy. He beat. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the poetic thing about those 2 going above him. He didn't beat those 2. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. so boom. That makes perfect sense.
I'm with that. Nah, once you go look at the numbers, yo, I could say that. Yeah,
that was a good conversation right there.
This is why I love
that was a good conversation right there. That was a good.
Yeah.
We're not finished though. Deceptive and Will. Deceptive.
No. Stop.
Nah, we can't do it.
Nah, we finished.
Never been yo. No.
Know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're saying though, because it's like it's a person with
That
perfect
impact.
attendance, a person with perfect attendance versus a person that showed up to one.
Yeah.
So I get that conversation.
It's like no participation trophies type shit. Like
that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So here's the argument in that is you showed up to every single one and couldn't do what I did in one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What we talking about?
Yeah. Like
you know how many
and like yo, like this is Will is dangerous. Like and I hate to talk ifs, right? But like, come on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I mean,
we got the highest average on the page. Like, we gonna be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Well, next to Bravo, he got the highest average.
The reason I brought that up is because I'm not thinking about ifs right now.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're talking about like just how Will smashed it, and yeah, go ahead and give him that edge. But yeah, I think the Deceptive had higher impact. Will had way better performance in that one time that he showed up.
Yeah,
and it's the
I think
people he beat.
what it does. I think there's a double argument, like I said, with the Kid Deceptive perfect attendance thing. It's like there's one aspect of like, yeah, you made this impact because you're there every time and you're doing well. You know what I'm saying? Above
That's what I was looking at.
But then there's the other aspect of it of saying you were there every time and you did not achieve a championship, and I did.
And I cannot discredit a win that is hard to get to someone who didn't get one, because that diminishes
what it takes to get a win.
What it takes to even get it.
It is not easy, yo. That's not
somebody who had to win a sudden death.
Because here's the thing.
Trey Authentic.
In the first episode.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Debatable.
He beat the season 5 MVP off the he broke his run.
Yep, I stand corrected. I stand corrected.
Like the nigga showed up and was a roadblock. Like boom. And then just moved out the way.
He basically kicked the door in and went home.
Yeah, exactly. He grabbed what he wanted. He knew winter was coming. All he wanted was a hoodie. That's all the nigga wanted. He just wanted a hoodie. That's all.
See, now that we talking about all of this, I'm wanting to put him
back up.
I know. That's what
I told y'all this was gonna be a fight.
I'm wanting to wedge him in between Vintage and Stick.
But still, we got to keep it a stack. Vintage got 2 29s, right? And 3 episodes, and Stick got a 29 and a 29.5. So they performed just as well as he did, even though they didn't win.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like when you look at some of the episodes.
But why didn't they win? But the reason they didn't win, though, it wasn't because they just didn't win. It's just that because somebody else got to sudden death too. So that's why I'm saying you're right. We can put them above them because there could have been a chance that they would have won. Right? That's why sudden deaths are so important for us to talk about, because they were in 2 of them.
And Vintage had a double sudden death night, didn't he?
Yeah,
right.
And he only lost to Bravo.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're still above him.
Yeah.
Yep. Vintage Stick Will.
I got Stick over.
I think I got Stick over Vintage.
I got Stick.
No, I got Vintage over because he got one more episode and he dropped the 28 on that.
I thought they had the same amount.
Nah, they both got 4.
Oh wait,
Skip dropped the 28.5.
They got the same amount.
I think Vintage beat Stick to that double. Double sudden death.
They both have 4 episodes. And Stick has a higher average.
I think I'm gonna go with Stick Described just based off the last episode.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the
that difference right there.
Same episode and a point average.
It ain't even just that. It's the 5-on-5 too.
Oh yeah,
it's the 5-on-5.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Stick got that edge on.
Stick got that.
Yeah, that's that on that.
Stick is above. Yeah, because y'all ain't even talking about the 5-on-5 yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because everybody else on that team did their thing, but every time Stick got up there, it was like, oh, this this is where it's happening.
He
It
about to
was like
talk to
Trey
you.
was
Yo.
on Team Skinny. You knew it was about to go down when he got up there.
He about,
So we got Vintage at 9.
Nah, we got
We
Vintage
got
at 8.
Will Young at
Vintage at 8.
9. We got Will Young at 9.
Yeah, Vintage at 8. Stick at 7.
Okay. It's shaping out. It's shaping out.
Yeah.
I think the next 6 are pretty easy.
To me, they are. I mean, I got Kello at 6.
Nope, I have Trey at 6 because of that real bad choke.
Oh, for real?
Mm.
I can see that.
I don't know.
Because he
can
came
see
back.
why
He
you
came back
say
and
that.
won the joint.
So
I can see why you would go there, but I'm just saying, if I got to go between 7 episodes.
That's what I was about to say. You're looking at total points. Like right here, we got the average, but if you look at total points, it's not close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he hadn't won that last one, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Correct.
I was scared that Trey had like fallen back. I was like, and then once he choked on 52, I was just like, yo, same dude that I saw last season.
Yeah, I mean, he only had like two bad episodes, like one bad episode. The 24 must have been like a meh episode.
Yeah, he only had one. He only had one bad episode. That man had 2 29s, a 28, 2 27s.
Yeah, he is putting up numbers. Yeah.
Kello had a 29, 27, 28.5. But Kello also did riff.
And how he responded to him choking.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah, yep.
Came back and won the joint.
Yeah, nah. Trey is above that.
I don't know, but Kello also did riff though, right? Are we taking
Kello
that?
did riff and smashed it.
Oh yeah.
No, he ain't smash it.
Yeah,
nah. The only reason you would say he ain't smashed is because Bravo went after him.
No, Bravo and Wansky smashed riff.
Well, they smashed pretty much. They smashed most things they do.
Kello was cool at riff.
I missed it, so I can't weigh in.
I don't know. I probably would.
What's the numbers? Where's the numbers on it?
I had
he got 28. He got a 28 on that.
Oh, okay. Well, smash it. That's smashing.
He smashed it.
Yeah.
Bravo just killed us. He killed us all. We were all dead.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. All right, here's my tiebreaker because I'm going back and forth. Trey had more impact because Trey was in the 5-on-5. He didn't necessarily win, but he got off.
He did.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that earlier. Yeah, he
got off.
He carried a whole team on his back.
He carried a whole team on his back.
Yeah, nice.
He did. He did what Chance did last season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Trey was doing 5-on-5s and still putting up numbers in the cipher. Just like
yeah,
Trey got that.
And then took a battle versus Brav, like,
and right. I gotta put Trey above Kello on that one.
Yeah, Kello.
So Kello at 6.
Yeah, Kello at 6, Trey at 5.
That makes sense. That makes sense. We got who we got left. We got Real Life, Trey, St. Fauntleroy, Ronsky, and Bravo.
Yeah, it is easy, yo. It is
it easy?
Yes. It's definitely easy. Trey St. Fauntleroy at 4, Real Life at 3, Wansky, and then Bravo.
I agree.
Trey ain't above Real Life.
I agree.
Okay.
Real Life
on
episode.
Trey did get a perfect score.
And Real Life's fucking battle Southpaw shit.
Yeah, he did. He got the Virginia win.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
He was undefeated this year. Southpaw, right?
It was
and Real Life was on tour. He still made the episodes.
And he was on tour. Talk to him, Illa.
But he also
I seen it. You already know.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with you.
This was more difficult than we're making it sound like because Trey St. Fauntleroy had a 30.
That was the one thing I was going to say. Like, that
he did have
it's
the only
of the
30.
season.
He had the only 30.
But he
Of the
also had
season.
a crazy choke too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, right when I drafted him, he wanted to choke, son.
Yo,
really,
Illa be remembering, yo. Illa be remembering those joints.
Time out. Yo, Illa, the fact that you are here after all of them fucked up chokes is amazing. Hats off to you, sir.
Hey,
Yeah,
man, you know what I'm saying? It's a testament. You know what I'm saying? I wake up, I piss excellence. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you did your thing this season, man. Like, all things considered, like, you had an uphill climb and you made that shit.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Ella, man.
Salute.
Yeah, man.
We got a top 20.
Yeah, we got a top 20. Let's hear it. Let's read it.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
We gonna start with 20. That's how we're gonna do it.
Yeah. Let's go start with 20.
All right, 20 Keziah, 19 Shalicia Sanders, 18 C Spicy, 17 Pop Burner, 16 Blaine Coos, 15 Madam V, 14 Pharaoh, 13 Islam Rap God, 12 Key Speech, 11 Maggie, 10 Kid Deceptive, 9 Will Young, 8 Vintage A, 7 Stick to Scribe, 6 Kello, 5 Trey Authentic, 4 Trey St. Fauntleroy, also Rookie of the Year. Number 3 Real Life, number 2 Wanski, and MVP Bravo.
Okay, so I got a question about one.
Shout out to Pop Burner. I definitely did not forget that you were also on tour. I meant to say that earlier because I popped this comment up on the screen earlier because he was saying, like, you know, that's the reason he wasn't there as much as he has been in previous seasons. But I think the point too that Illa was making was
that was episode 50, won't it?
Rel was there almost every episode on tour too, and put them
battles in,
wins and the battles in, and the wins,
battles, all that,
and
shit.
a win on episode.
And he was on Sound Clash, won't it? Or was that last year?
That was.
Yep, he was in Sound.
So I do got one question, and I don't to like go back into this whole thing, right? But Blaine Coos, yo, we good with where he's at. Like, he doesn't go any higher. Just
let me look at this.
I don't know. Like, reading out this kind of thing, like Blaine Coos underneath Madam V and Pharaoh. That's right. Just read it. Like, when he was reading it, I was just like, maybe. I just want to throw it out there. Like, if we good with it, we good with it as a group. But
because
something about it makes me feel like
because what we are talking about is that we're speaking on in the realm of top 20 MCs on the Rap Elite platform. Where does the Sound Clash champion?
Because I want to say this.
Defending
his performances. Let me just say this, yo. His performances in those Sound Clashes, like, I was legit impressed. Like, Fam can perform, and he raps very clearly, and his bars cut through. Like, he has lines. There is structured right. Like, he's a professional. Like, that's what I was getting. The vibe I got is like Blaine Coos is a professional, and so when we're reading that list back and we have him lower, I'm like wondering, was it like a points thing? Was it like number of episodes? Because his average is higher. Okay.
And to me, is that it is so Nick, for me, it is because he didn't do a bunch of episodes. He only did 3. He was only at 24.5, I think.
Can I ask a question about that real quick, though? So when he did the Sound Clash, when he did the Sound Clashes, did he do those on episodes that he didn't rap in the cipher?
No,
or did he do Sound Clash?
Nah, the exact episodes he competed in the cipher were the exact episodes he won the Sound Clashes.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Right.
So those were all double.
Yes.
situation.
And I just think it would. I just think it would be a because Sound Clash is different how we pick who even gets invited to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when we thinking about what this really is, the cipher is always going to trump, a little more than anything else you're doing. It's just that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then with Pharaoh, once again, you got to when you talk about champions, 5-on-5. They're still the defending 5-on-5 champions. So we can't devalue that aspect either.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fine. I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure we're all the way accurate. You feel what I'm saying? And but I think the list sounds great. And it all makes sense to me. That was the one thing that piqued my interest, but I'm not saying it's wrong. So y'all have a lot of fun with this. All right.
I love it. I have a lot
of fun with this, bro.
Always is good.
It is, yo.
Usually, this was probably the easiest one. I feel like this one went by faster than.
Well, I like that we had more people in the conversation too.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you one part of this that I like with the GMs because we didn't do it last year. Illa, you know what I'm saying? Like Illa brought points that only GMs could bring and certain things that we had to think about that as like staff and stuff like you're not paying attention to, like talking about a no-show or talking about you know what I'm saying, somebody laying an egg or something. You know what I mean? Like that's what the GMs are supposed to like bring to the discussion as well. So yeah, this was
true. Very true.
Well, no, we were in there last year. We just weren't looking at it from the standpoint of being GMs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it all plays a part, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%. Well, yeah, I think we did great work tonight, guys.
Absolutely.
We still got to do most improved.
Most improved.
Yeah, most improved.
So MVP. Yeah.
I don't know who most improved is, though.
Rookie of the year, Trey St. Fauntleroy, congratulations. MVP, Bravo, congratulations. Most improved,
this is tough.
I think it is tough.
That sounds like judges.
The person I was gonna say seems to be like most consistent.
I'm thinking Stick the Scribe.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's actually a great one because
I'll pull it up now. Hold on.
That's actually a great one because every episode he's been in the conversation and top like performance.
So now this most improved, is this like over the course of the season or in comparison from this season and last season?
It can span into last season.
No, it is last season.
Because I feel like that's where Stick the Scribe would be, because if we're talking about him this season, he's just been consistent. He's been smashing shit.
Yeah, most improved would be in comparison to the previous season.
Okay, because okay.
I feel like
I might have to go with Stick the Scribe.
No, that's not.
Yeah,
that's not what happened last year.
Yeah, it was.
Nah, we picked C Spicy.
Yeah.
But it was within that
season. He was better than he had been for previous seasons.
Yeah.
So,
that was the argument for it.
I'll say this. So in my head, I have most improved as Kid Deceptive. But looking at his scores, he pretty much seems consistent. But I've seen the changes in his writing and the intentional attempts at different like writing writing tools and trying different things. So my head I kind of like saw him as an improvement.
Wait,
but that's contained within the
call me out on that though. Are we saying so? Was C Spicy not a part of season 4?
No, he was not.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
like
that's what I'm saying.
Spicy improved within the season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Last season, C Spicy improved.
He started out shaky.
He improved dramatically within the season. I don't disagree that Stick Describe is the person who's most improved, and here's why. I don't think there's anyone else from the previous season that improved from the previous season, and then no one in this season improved crazy. Does that make sense?
What
Right,
about?
yeah.
I have a question. I'm gonna throw another name out there. What about Madam V? I feel
Madam
like
V is exactly the same.
Improvement.
Yeah.
From a stat standpoint, she's exactly the same. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that your opinion on how she raps wasn't better this
Yeah, because
year.
I
So
feel
don't
like
say that,
she's
but I
made
already
improvements as well.
I do feel like that, but
Not
from a
as
stat
dramatic.
standpoint,
Not as dramatic.
it's not.
Not as dramatic.
I might
Not
throw,
as dramatic as
Not
who?
nearly as dramatic.
I might throw Shalicia
who?
Saunders
As who,
in that
though?
conversation.
As Stick Describe.
So hold on. Let me ask you this. Y'all are saying Stick Describe has made a drastic improvement. When did he not like smash it?
Well,
What I don't get where this is coming from.
Season 5 stats.
His season 5 stats is he only rapped twice, and he was at a 26.3 to his 4 times at a 28.3. Like Stick Describe.
He's been mad consistent. He's always killed shit. He has not improved. Like he's always been nice.
If you talk, but
yeah, I can feel you on that.
Just if you're talking from this year to last year, though, he's from last year to this year.
More.
But it's like, but if we talk about increased impact,
right? He's been more impactful.
That ain't
this
what we
year.
said.
That's an improvement.
What is
the
improvement?
Okay, nobody has improved drastically. Everybody is either right at where they were previously, or like.
So, what are the parameters? What are the parameters for improvement? What are we gauging our improvement on? What is it?
I think it's the same concept that you would do the placement of order. So there's a number of variables in at play.
Yeah,
right?
We got to make sure.
What is Describe improved on? What is he improved on?
But hold on, Nick. I know why you saying that, because he already been nice. What we talking about is on a Rap Elite stage.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like, keep that in mind.
I want to know.
On the Rap Elite stage, he's been good in past seasons. Stick Describe's been a monster this season. Like, we've been at a point where we're like, oh, Stick Describe is going to win one of these joints. We weren't saying that last season.
So was he not in the 5-on-5s last season?
That's all he was doing.
Yeah.
That's all he.
He was
smashing them joints though.
That's his only highlight moments though.
Yeah.
The conversation at that time was, why doesn't Stick Describe rap like he raps in the 5-on-5 in the cypher?
Right.
Now he's rapping like that in the cypher.
Exactly.
Are y'all saying when he did the cypher last season he wasn't smashing?
No, he was not.
No, he was good.
Not like this year. Like this year, he's been like a noticeable force.
Yeah,
like,
yo.
Okay. All right. Okay. So when I'm thinking improvement, right? When I'm thinking improvement, the main thing that I'm thinking about are like skills, like writing skill, performance, and those are my main things that I'm thinking of: performance and writing and clarity. Right. So I'm like looking for actual improvement in rap. So like the people that come to my mind are Kid Deceptive, because I've seen the actual change in his writing. Madam V, because I've heard more clarity from her than I've heard in past seasons. And then I would possibly even throw Pharaoh out there, because I watched throughout this season him work on his structuring of his bars and stuff. These are actual tangible sort of improvements that I can mark.
That you named, Pharaoh is the only one that I would consider, and I would need to look at some stats for.
Literally, those you have to. Two that came to my mind: Pharaoh and Stick Describe. Pharaoh,
well, you have to determine whether or not we're speaking within this season or from last season to this season. If you speak,
and I think that may have been a flawed approach to most improved last season, unless we just didn't have.
I disagree. I disagree. We didn't, yo. We can't dispel how much C Spicy grew in that season.
Yeah, no, it was night and day.
It was not a flaw.
It was night and day.
Here's the thing of it. I think if we do anything, we should just abandon a whole like stretch of time, whether it's within the season or out of the season. Just if anybody has made a significant stride to be better than they were previously at any given point in time, we should throw their name into the conversation.
That's what I'm looking at.
I agree with that.
In the conversation along with Pharaoh and Stick the Scribe.
So
I feel like
I'm looking at writing. Is writing and performance is the thing for me. So
I feel like Keziah made certain strides.
Because Stick the Scribe with the 5-on-5s last season, he went so hard that when they got to the end of the season, we were like, what is he going to do next season? We were waiting to see what he was going to do. It's like, is he going to do this well in the 5-on-5s and this well in the Cypher? Because we ain't really seen a showing like that from him in the Cypher. And then with anticipation we did have for seeing him in the Cypher, he delivered.
Right. And if you look at his scores, they scale. So like he had his best performance in the last episode of this season, a 29.5.
So let me throw this at you real quick. So like most improved, right? Like one thing that we do, like we do these recaps, right? And we do our best to try and give people advice and insight and things that they can work on to get better and climb their way up the ranks, right? Stick the Scribe has pretty much, whenever he rap, he's in the upper echelon. He's not like learning a whole lot. Hold on, let me just finish this one thought. He's not learning a whole lot from us as judges in terms of technicals, right? Like we're talking to him about showing up, doing more battles or doing more performances. When I feel like when we're talking about some of these other people, the Kid Deceptives, the Pharaohs, like we're talking about technical things that they have to sit in their room and work their brain around to improve as an artist and as a rapper. And now I think Stick the Scribe is fire, but he was already talented. He came in nice.
Fair enough.
Can I say this one thing without Nick is more technical and so for you, radio? Let me just say this. Nick, to your point, I'm gonna just talk from a standpoint to make it to just say this. What I feel all the people that you said could be in the consideration, let's say they were at a level 6 and they went to an 8, okay? And you're saying that they grew from that. What I'm saying is Stick the Scribe was an 8 and went to a 10. And because he went to a 10 on another level, what I'm saying is the people that you're saying got better didn't get better at a wider scale than he did in Rap Elite as well. They did increase, but if you got to tell me that they went from like a 3 to a 7, that's different. Like I think Madam V did better. I think Pharaoh did better, but it was all in the same kind of growth, their level of growth.
Also, let me ask you, what was Stick the Scribe's ranking?
The Scribe went from being a nice nigga to a threat.
What was his ranking?
I see what you're saying. So he improved his presence.
Exactly. And so it's like my thing is actually showing up and doing the work.
His cachet, his like stance and in the pecking order. He climbed the ranks.
Exactly.
But both of y'all have
the type of person who you would say
from that I agree.
This is very much more of a conversation than I thought we'd be getting into, because I went into like, oh yeah, Stick is it. But Nick is talking about on the level of from analysis to analysis, they're giving him advice.
Right.
And he wants to be a better MC. So as time goes on, he's sitting there listening to what y'all say, putting that into effect.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Whether his scores show it or not, we all see a different kind of like focus and poise in him.
Right. Because one of those
and we all see it.
One of the bits of advice that we're giving is, bring that same tenacity to the cipher. We don't see that. You know what I'm saying?
And
cipher more, and then for him to go ahead and actually do that, and show it on a consistent basis this year in a very competitive year at that.
You're right. You're right.
And if you kind of like compare it to like sports, like most improved isn't necessarily always like your skills getting better. It's you getting the extra playing time to have the opportunity to, you know, present your skills and put up those numbers.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? And just from from a judge's standpoint, looking back from last year to this year, it's like when you think of the top MCs last year, you think of like, okay, Wansky, Trey Authentic, Real Life, Stick Describe doesn't necessarily automatically pop up in your head, but this year for me, he does for sure. Like when I think like the top,
one of them guys.
I can get with that. I'm looking at it. I was looking at it from like a skill set standpoint.
And here, speak to your point too, which I've been meaning to do for a minute. When we talk about Kid Deceptive, we did see improvements in Kid Deceptive, but to me, they were all incremental, very incremental.
Okay.
And I think that reflects in his scores too. You don't see a real wide jump in his scores.
That's what I was gonna say. He seems like more like for like most consistent sort of type
it's
thing.
like you would give him a suggestion, he would do something a little different, but it would never be the dramatic change that I'm, you know what I mean? That I was
the breakout. Yeah, like
that's
that
the
breakout.
thing that sets him apart. While the conversation pretty much is between those two, Kid Deceptive he's just kind of like going up an incline. Stick jumped up.
Yeah, nah. I agree with you guys.
Really what it is, Nick, is also season by season, right? Because again, it's just that nobody jumped. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. Like C Spicy really did jump. Like I'm looking at his stats. C Spicy, the first time he stepped on our stage was a 16. By the time he got to the end, hitting 26s and 25. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally was doing 5-on-5s. He did a battle last year.
Now, look, C Spicy used to rap at two different tempos on the same beat. And like now, Fam is doing his thing, and he did that within one season. So, like, that's kind of like
I'm saying we can't look for that. It's not gonna always be that every season. And this season, I can see why you don't want to go with Stick because Stick is already nice. You're like, yo, he already nice. So why are we giving it? But it's like nobody else like really made this true substantial. It's just Stick made a name for himself. Like Stick is the type of person.
I can get with that.
If I see Stick season 7, I'm saying Stick is one of these dudes who is going to get a win and could be an MVP candidate. That's how we feeling about it.
What was his ranking last year?
What was his ranking?
Think Describes ranking last year.
Let's see.
It was way lower.
He was ranked.
He was definitely in the top 20.
Yeah, but I think he was only lower because he barely showed up. He only had a couple of episodes.
He showed up and showed out.
Showing up is an improvement.
Because even then he had like a 26 and like a 28 something like last year when he showed up. It won't like he had like low scores. He scored high when he was in the stock.
Describe if I'm tripping. Nah, I ain't tripping. This is season 5. Stick Describe ain't even on this list. See what I'm saying?
But we were talking about him within the list. For some reason, probably because he didn't show up to the cipher.
Nah, because he wasn't in the site. Because he wasn't in the cipher.
Only in 2 ciphers.
Oh, he wasn't in it at all.
He was in it. He was only in it like twice.
And the only reason we talked about him at all during last season is because he was strong in the 5-on-5 every time.
He didn't even make top 20 last year, and this year he got ahead of a winner. And hold on,
right?
And beat Vintage,
right?
Yeah. Nah, look, I'm not arguing it no more. You know what I'm saying? Damn, got it. Y'all ain't arguing it no more. You know, for real, it was just kind of like really like setting parameters around what it is we're gauging for improvement.
That's why it was good, because if we'd have just dubbed him that without having that conversation, the conversation would never be documented, right? So people would never so we can't expect everyone else to see the nuances that we are seeing and we're discussing. If we didn't actually discuss it, no one would be getting those details. So I'm glad that
people would have
Yeah, I
gone
hope
back
people
to like
watch it.
Nick did playing Coos. Like we had talked about it, but when we went back to the list, Nick was like, I'm not sure that I feel that same way that I did before when we agreed to it. Right. And it could have been the same way if we hadn't discussed that the way we did. Like, big up the kid Deceptive. He came, he did his thing this season, but stick is it.
Yeah, I agree with you guys.
Shout out to Kid Deceptive for being in the talks of most improved and the talks of Rookie of the Year. Even though Rookie of the Year was clear, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, just being in that.
He made an impact. He made his presence felt this year.
Huge impact this year.
The fact that his name even came up against Trey St. Fauntleroy is a testament to him. Like, no offense, we love you, Kid Deceptive. You weren't going to win Rookie of the Year against Trey St. Fauntleroy.
And look, we're behind. Oh my gosh, we're behind on, you know, we're working on getting these projects together and getting them out. But you know, that's what this means also. I love this list for putting a project together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love this list for putting a tape together. This is crazy. This is a crazy list for putting it together.
Yeah, look, this is the thing. Like, we putting this tape together off this list. Like, we're gonna have to like mix that joint up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear Pop Burner, you know what I'm saying, with like, you feel what I'm saying, Trey St. Fauntleroy, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was just
crazy
thinking
right
about
there.
something. Let me make a beat and choose 3 of them.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I need a few beats.
I might have to do that too. Yeah.
Oh no. My thing, I'm thinking, I just want to choose.
I need y'all to go first. I need y'all to go look at the season 5 top 20 and do the same thing. Because
I'm not saying I'm just giving you one beat. I'm gonna give you more than one beat. I'm just saying, let me choose 3 for 1.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, we're gonna put this together a little different than we did season 4. We're gonna wrap season 4 up, but producers, you're watching.
Needs beats.
And only has so many.
Continue, radio.
So we're gonna finish up season 4 project, which is pretty much like 80% done. Season 5, we're gonna hop right into. So producers, we need, tap in. We need those beats. Illa, I'm gonna get with you too. F, I'm gonna get with you, and let's just get together and form a little coalition to try to expedite the process on these projects.
I'm with it. I also just noticed something else about this whole thing. Illiterate just came in here to talk us a little bit of shit in the beginning and then say shit else the whole time.
Yeah, that's
a fact.
Wow, that's wild.
Added nothing to the conversation. That's really crazy. All these MCs that put up all them points for you all season, and you couldn't vouch for none of them in the top. God damn, that's crazy.
Hey, he just wanted to talk to Henny, man. He only had a message to deliver for Henny.
Illiterate ain't saying nothing except for some shit in the Henny. She give me the trophy. I'm here. I'm contributing. I'm trying to put my love into this whole rap shit. And I did that shit. I'm here. We've been on this motherfucker 2 hours and 3 minutes. Give me the motherfucking trophy.
That's a fact. We're gonna get you something. Man. I got something.
Hey man, I gotta go. Man.
Medal. Give me a bronze medal.
I'm out. I love y'all.
Yeah, me too, man. Yo, everybody, peace. Thanks for everyone for tuning in.
Peace.
This is another love testament to what we do. We put these hours in on these recaps, these top 20 discussions. I said it at the season finale.
We'll be back in a couple of months too.
Yes, we back in January. Flag on the Moon, 8 December 10th. 9 of you that are watching, I hope you already got your ticket. If you didn't get your ticket yet, go get your ticket right now.
I'm gonna be up there for 2 sets, so I hope that everybody's there to see shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be a momentous occasion. A momentous.
Like it ain't often that I get up for like 2 sets in a night, but this shit is special.
Yeah,
y'all gotta be there for that.
It's gonna be nuts. I'm really looking at this list about on the project side of things. It could be some crazy shit. Like, yo, you say like Trey St. Fauntleroy and Pop Burner. What would you put Islam Rap God on that song too? That'd be crazy.
Oh, we gonna come up with some shit. It's gonna be crazy.
Blaine Coos, Blaine Coos could do all kind of things. He do, he's a hook top.
Hook on song.
You know what I'm saying? He can sing. He can do all of that.
Yeah. Y'all know I think about shit in a kind of unorthodox,
Alicia.
way.
Oh man, yeah. Keziah got some, Keziah when that second sound clash she did. Yo, she had some joints, yo. She had some joints. Like, it's gonna be and then you got Will Young in the mix, you got Vintage, you got Kello back in the mix.
That's a nice one.
I know Trey and Kello been wanting to work. You got Deceptive, he's a studio rat. Maggie really shines on records. Real Life, Real Life, dude. This is a great list for putting a project together.
I can't get Gula Goon together on the track for it because I already got them together on the track for this album.
I think we should definitely do that though. Since we
they're
Bonsky and Kello.
All three of them are gonna be on the track on the album that I'm working on right now.
Oh, bet. Well, I'm gonna let everybody go. I'm gonna go grab some food.
Peace, man.
Get into all of that later.
Have a good one.
Y'all be easy.
Blessings.
Peace.